Ah, welcome to Earth Day. I would like to acknowledge that every day is Earth Day, but we'll have a special day today. And June 22nd is Being You Day. Just a reminder, it's not May 22nd this year. Whew. Okay, beautiful you. I don't have very many words. Simply an acknowledgement that there are so many elements of beauty that are showing up for us. Well, that are actually available in the world, and we've been taught to not receive them. So, part of what I'd like to do today, pardon me, I'm changing stuff. Oops, I may have changed the wrong stuff. Um, Part of what I'd like to do today is open a different door for receiving so that, because we don't necessarily know what is available because we keep trying to structure everything according to people, and yet we have this huge creature contributing to us, this consciousness contributing to us all the time. And if we can recognize that, and to the extent that we can, and open up to allow that, there's a different possibility available. So, by the way, if you don't know what an ESC is, it's energetic synthesis of communion. It's a short form for saying an energetic way of contributing to you that which will allow you to have connection with everything in a different way. And I can think of no better day than Earth Day to go on this particular exploration. It's also why I just make this freely available to everybody, because we live on this planet together, you know? And to the extent that one of us receives, it opens the door for all of us to more. Oh, so many things are changing. And one of the things I would love is if, rather than looking at um, the idea that structure melting or the way it was going away is wrong, what are the possibilities? What if this is opening the doorway to the world I always hoped was possible? Everything that doesn't allow you to perceive it, and to actually have that perspective, like what's right about this I'm not getting? What else is possible that's never been possible before, even though I've been taught to look at this and look at so many things as though they're wrong. Everything that is times a godzillion, we destroy and create it all, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine short. Called a clearing statement. It is the coolest way of changing anything. You can find it at theclearingstatement.com. Whew. So, if you want, you can close your eyes or not, your choice. Some people find it easier to access a little less of mental and more of a, but either way is fine. I'm watching birds fly by. Perfect. Isn't it cool to be able to hear all these beautiful creatures? Whew. So, to a certain extent, well, not to a certain extent, what I would like to do with this is gift you. And we don't often sense much of that in this world, at least not from people. But what if you could? What if you can open up to recognize that you are a gift that deserves to be gifted to? What if you could revel in it? And then what space would that open up for Earth, all of nature, every other molecule on this beautiful planet to gift to you? Everything that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive it. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, povads, and beyond. And if I'm freezing, I apologize. I'm out here at the ranch, and the internet here is, well, let's just say it's ranch internet. They do things slower out here in the country. Relax and receive, my beautiful friends. I'm going to stop talking for a little bit. This space. Whew. Whew. There's some space. Mm-hmm. Even if you're in the middle of a city, there can be space. In case you were wondering. Mm. Mm. I said, in case you were wondering, they're not backup for me, I'm backup for them. I'm sorry if I keep freezing. I would turn off video, but that would not make a very nice presentation. So, done about all I can internet-wise right now. So, any internet, I'd be very grateful. Thank you. Mm. Just let it in, beautiful you. What if everything the earth has ever wanted to show you, you allowed it to finally? What if everything the animals have been? I love how they're going crazy. What if everything the animals have been for you, you could receive it finally? Mm. Now, if you're somebody who thinks you don't get energy, I was the exact same way. Could be that you get it faster and more dynamically than anybody's ever been able to validate you for. What if you're not wrong? It's funny, to the outside world, you probably look like you're watching a screen, watching a guy sitting in a chair. Just when they already thought you were crazy enough. Hmm. Wonder what kindness is available to us. What beauty. And what if now is the space to have the ease of actualizing, meaning having it show up, to have the ease of actualizing everything we truly desire to live and be. And now there's some people out there in YouTube land going, what are we doing? Opening up to a world of magic. But how? Exactly. There is no how. There is a space of being that is so amazing. Whew. Oh, yay. So glad you guys are willing to open up and let this in. Isn't it amazing? People from all around the world. It's so cool. What a gift. What a gift you are. What a gift your willingness to be weird is. And to be willing to follow that, even when other people don't get it. That's how you create a different and greater world. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, kids, it's turning up. Do me a favor and allow yourself to connect with the earth however you do. Just acknowledge it. Once again, however you do. Some of you like reach down into it. That's one way. Bring an energy line up and acknowledge that connection that's always there. Wow. And just say thank you. And let it know you are grateful for it. Because having the majority of 8 billion people not receiving it, not acknowledging it, we don't have to be those people, and all it takes is a half a second. Just earth, thank you. I don't even know all the things to thank you for, but I want to acknowledge you. Because what's it like for you when you do something wonderful for somebody and they don't acknowledge it? It feels like an invalidation of your being. Well, us walking on top of the earth, trying to consume it, never just saying thank you, because the earth gives freely. Because the earth will always make more. If you plow a field and you leave it, you're going to get stuff, you're going to get more within days. The earth will always give more. There is no limitation in its world. So even the taking that we do, there's no point of view, but wouldn't it be nice if we simply acknowledge this gentle, potent creature that is our home? Would you be willing to allow it to be your home in such a way that you loved being home? And that no matter where you went on this beautiful planet, you were a contribution to it and you received from it. I did a session on somebody one time. I do these energetic sessions. Oh, part of it's energetic. Okay, it's all energetic. But it's this phenomenal lady who had fourth stage cancer, and it happened to be in a class. I happened to call her up. It was an ESB class. And I called her up to work on her, and she was there, and she was just like 60 some years of being a strong Italian woman, that kind of energy. And I just saw this beauty though. And over the course of this session that lasted probably 45 minutes, you could feel her and her body just melt. At one point, my hand was on her, it just felt like it melted totally into her, like something, into her being. And it was so beautiful. It opened something in me that was so beautiful. And I walked outside and I walked to my hotel, which was across the street. And there was a park right in front of my hotel that I crossed to get to this class. While walking back, at first I saw a dog walking by and I could perceive, I don't see energy, by the way, just in case you were curious. Please don't invalidate yourself if you don't. But I could perceive these tendrils of energy between the earth and the dog. And I was like, wow, never noticed that before. And then I walked by and I see this couple pushing a baby. And the weirdest thing occurred. I perceived the tendrils with the baby in the earth. And I perceived how that gave this baby this space of support and being taken care of and trust. And it knew that it could trust. It was amazing. And then I saw its parents, and those tendrils were barely there. Whereas with the dog, they were like this, and I can't button this, and the baby, they were like this too. And with the adults, they were like barely there. And I was like, wow, what if we could reawaken the tendrils of connection and communion with our home? And what if we could let go of everything, all the structures and everything else that don't allow that to be ours, to be our living, waking, breathing experience of being alive? Knowing that we are energetically supported by the earth with everything from our body to money to relationships, and even those structures are very structured, but in a sense being contributed to in every area of life by being connected to the energetics and the space of what actually is. This is so great. We have people from Saudi, Italy, Trinidad, Tobago, Japan, Brazil, Mexico, Kuwait, Argentina, just some of the places. United States, those weirdos. Slovenia, yay. I'm going to ask this to give me permission to go wherever we can go. Even if you don't understand it, even if it seems like nothing is happening. By the way, most of the times when you think nothing is happening, that's when the most stuff is happening. Just that there's no way to put it into a box that you understand. And even if you can't picture it, something called aphantasia we've been talking about lately, and aphantasics do not get pictures in their head. But what I've found is they're faster than the people that do. Ha 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 ha. Bummer is they've been making themselves wrong their entire lives, but they're not. They just have never been able to be acknowledged because nobody was that fast. Okay, kids, here we go. I don't know about you, but what I would like is a future of communion with all beings. All those that are willing to have it, and those that aren't can, I don't know, go to Mars if they want, whatever, I don't care. And it's not about an exclusion, it's about an inclusion of everybody who is willing to be included, and not making those that desire to not be included, not making them greater and not making them less. But also not succumbing to that desire for separation that so many are trying to institute, especially now, to create as much polarized separation as possible. What else is possible beyond it? Mm. Goodness. Mm. Mm. Notice sometimes the greatest change occurs with the fewest words. In other words, you have your experience and it will change each time if you listen again and again. But I can't put most of this into words, so I'm not going to try too hard to do that. Your being knows. Your mind just tries to control, but what if you let your mind know it can take the afternoon off? Wow. For the first time ever, minds around the world are going, oh, okay, I've been working pretty hard. Wow. A world without minds, minds, would be a glorious world indeed. Wow. Hmm. Mm. Goodness. Mm. 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 Like Mickey Mouse and Fantasia, only it's a symphony of creatures. What a gift to be able to contribute this to you today. Thank you for being here. Mm. So good. Oh, wow. There's a softening and an opening. Mm. Wow. Lord mercy. This is awesome. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is the interaction possible at all times, and we ignore it. God, can we stop ignoring it, please? Oh, wow. And if you'll notice, like, none, all of these noises are a contribution. All of these beings, like the cacophony, is not something to avoid, and not. It's, what if we as people could just be the contribution more like animals are? Because if you had a group of people making that much noise, you'd be like, shut the fuck up. But with the animals, it's like, keep going, keep going. Something so different is possible. Wow. Whoa, there's another thing. That's a, whew, oh, baby. Wow. Hmm. Maybe you'd allow yourself to walk through the world knowing you're being contributed to. By the way, if you ever go whale watching or dolphin watching or bird watching, if you play an ESC really low, let's just say they like it. If they're going to come, they tend to. Who dares more? I don't even have a vague inkling of putting words to any of this. These are not energies that can be structured. My sense is they're energies that will destructure. Even more than that, actually. They are by their very nature not structured, shall I say. And also non-definable. Oi. I know I froze, but I don't know where or when, so sorry. Wow. Wow. What about a different way of being with and around people also? Just see what shows up in the next few weeks that has more ease for you regarding that. Because there's something showing up here, but I don't have words for that either. Wow. Hmm. Hmm. Will you please allow yourself to bring this space to everything? And you do it gently, kind of in a way of slowly, where, and when I say everything, I mean everything. And my sense is of, like, we're doing this, and if I talk to you about something as wonderfully crunchy as the word money, well, so here's money, this structure, it's got all kinds, whatever, man, everybody else's, yours, what you bought is yours, and so many other just crunchinesses. But what if you, instead of having the concept of money or the stresses in your life, whatever they may be, instead of abandoning this space in favor of this contraction as though you need to origami yourself to match the contraction, to figure out the contraction, to understand the contraction, to change the contraction, what if you flipped it 180 degrees and recognized everything is the opposite of what it appears to be? And what if instead you would be this and slowly let your energy approach money, I don't know, mother-in-law, whatever it is for you, okay? And you allow this energy to be present, and you start a different interaction with this thing. So rather than the thing, the contracted thing, the structured thing, the yuck, stuck, and what the fuck thing, and the thing, rather than it determining the space you get to be, You be the space and bring it to it, and have a space from which to perceive it, but also interact with it differently. Now, for some of you, you lost me at hello on that one, I know. But just try it. Because if you can bring the space of you, these spaces that we're opening up, a space, if you can have the space of your being interacting with something, even if it's contracted maybe because for whatever reason, but you interacting as you can bring space to it. And then you don't have to suffer this thing anymore, or all of the things that you've been suffering. You truly can use your awareness and your energy to change pretty much everything. And we have like 8,000 tools in Access, and they're all about you getting to be more of your being, letting go of the points of view that create something as contracted. Well, this is another way that's presenting itself as a result of you being here today. Thank you. Wow. There's so many things that have seemingly been unavailable to you that may now actually start showing up. And I'm talking about spacious ways of being and interacting in the world. If we had a lot more of that, we'd have a lot more happiness and a lot more lightness everywhere. And also the haters couldn't win anymore, and the trolls would disappear under the bridge and never to be seen again. Because if we actually function from that in the world, they have nothing that they desire, which is basically getting energy from making you less. And if you don't, they move on. They have no effect. And then the lightness that you desire, and thank you. Yes. And the lightness we desire. I think my horse is like, get it, people. I'm trying. Okay, just let him know. The lightness you desire, the lightness we desire actually becomes something not only that we can choose, but it becomes a valuable product. Because as you don't let those who want to diminish you do it, 99% of the time they turn into a supporter or they go away. And in order to support that, they've got to become more alive and more spacious. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. Wow. There's another thing going. Wow. 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 Well, interesting. Apparently we did what we came to do, beautiful peoples. So glad I'm willing to have no clue cognitively what that was. Hope it was a contribution. Happy Earth Day. Wow, the best Happy Earth Day present would be to have a happy Earth. Ooh, that's going to happen with more happy people on the Earth. So what would it take in your world for you to allow yourself to be happy? Like, what would have to change? What are the top 3 things that if they changed, it'd be so easy for you to be happy, you wouldn't know what to do with yourself? And is there any chance you're not actually letting them change so you can maintain a structure that allows you to be connected to people? Everything that is, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9, shorts, boys, poveds, and beyonds. What if you realize there is a connection to be had, but it's actually with animals and earth? And what if you could have a sense of such communion there that it was this space that informed every interaction with the person? What if you could bring this space to your interactions with people? And instead of believing that you need to origami yourself into their particular structured recipe, what if instead you could be such a space that they could receive the gift or not, with no point of view on your part, but they could receive the gift of perceiving and receiving and knowing and being something different that's possible. Just saying, you may be a gift to the world, beautiful you. I thank you for being here. I thank you for being on this planet. And it's interesting because to some people, my conversations might sound cheesy, But for those of you who like it, you're like, I know, people tell me that my whole life. I know, exactly. And it's interesting to me that this way of being, that this is one acknowledgement, experience, presentation of it. And by the way, everyone is different. I've never done this thing before. I don't even know what we did today. Somebody has an idea, let me know, because a lot of people will be like, oh, it seemed to do this, it seemed to do this, I got this awareness. Oh, I had this thing that was sticking me for months and I got the awareness I needed. Now I'm free of it. I'm like, wow, cool. So usually it's like you see the effect, like a ship moving through the water. If it was an invisible ship, all you would see is the wave. That's kind of the way this works for me. But my point, if I may get to my point a little quicker, yes, I will. This way of being in the world also allows you to create success no matter what your yardstick is for measuring it. So if it's money, yep. If it's business success, yep. If it's successful relationship, yep. If it's happy, healed body, yep. If it's being wealthy, yep. If it's liking your body, having more ease with other people, enjoying sex and not judging it and judging you and judging everyone and not buying anybody's judgments, if it's wanting to be as smart as you are, if it's wanting to be as brilliant as you are and different as you are, yep, all of that. So the thing about consciousness is it's extremely pragmatic. It makes everything greater. And as you start to realize what is available using tools of consciousness, you start to realize how difficult you have been making everything, trying to prove that you have value. Would you consider stopping after today's ESC? Like now would be good? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9, shorts, boys, poveds, and beyonds. I'm going to be doing a series on the Aphantasiac's Guide to creating beyond reality. For all those of you who are so neurodiverse, they haven't figured out a name for you yet. Also, I will be doing we have a Facebook group called Earth Wizards that we do things in from time to time. There's about 40,000 or who knows how many thousands, somewhere in that range, people. And one of the things that I will be doing is a month-long something, including probably sessions like this for changing political insanity on planet Earth. So if you want to go to Facebook and look up Earth Wizards, Access Consciousness, Earth Wizards, maybe somebody can put the link in, you can request to join that. And my sense is now is the space for us to actually have statesmen show up. And it may be just the beginning, but like John Lennon said, I may be a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Okay, beautiful yous, keep dreaming and know that it's not a dream anymore. It's a way of actualizing a different reality, one that works for you dynamically and for all of us. Thank you for being. Happy Earth Day. I cannot wait to see you somewhere soon and give you a big ol' hug and kisses on your cheeks. That's usually not included, but today the kisses on the cheeks are included. Okay, bye-bye. Mwah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will see you next time. Dr. Dain signing off. Peace out. Bye-bye.